And now, the Big D and Bubba Weekly Podcast.
Big D and Bubba, they have a show 5 days a week, but they don't get to say everything that's on their mind, so they have an extra one, and that's how we get the podcast, the podcast, the podcast. Big D and Bubba podcast, the podcast, the podcast. Big D and Bubba podcast.
Hey, where there we go.
So great.
I was hoping that was going to be the goal.
Oh, that got me.
Oh.
I was over here trying to eat a banana. That's right. Instead of having the banana talk today, I was going to eat it.
Oh.
And that's
Hey, where there we go.
that's what I hear.
That's you doing, what's the guy's name?
Van Morrison.
Van
Yeah, we were
Morrison.
talking
Yeah.
about.
Except he wasn't. He was doing Kermit the Frog doing Van Morrison.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's a nice little nugget from
Hey,
the
where there we go.
That stopped everything. We all went, whoa, 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 whoa. What did you just do? What
that
was
whole
that?
segment on the air was supposed to be about something else, and then it just became about us making fun of Bubba, I don't know, having a stroke for a minute. I don't know what happened.
Hey, where do we go?
Look, you guys are hilarious. That's great.
Whatever, man. We all do it.
Hey, where there we go.
You know, if I had done that, you would be doing the exact same thing.
Actually, I would. I totally would. Actually, I think we've done that many
know,
times.
we've done-
I mean, weren't you the Monkey King last week or whatever it was? So yeah,
Monkey
guilty.
King, yes.
O'Reilly Auto Parts is our sponsor for the podcast. Thank you, O'Reilly Auto Parts, once again for being a gracious sponsor and just good people to work with. And we absolutely love you guys. O'Reilly Auto Parts, better prices every day. Boom, there you go. Get yourself some wipers.
Get yourself some wipers.
And
They'll
some
even
brake
help-
lube.
They'll even help you put it on,
That's right.
those wipers.
That's right.
Some of those wipers are kind of hard to put on. because
Yes.
they're-
Have you
'cause they
actually
sell-
changed your or attempted to change your wipers before?
Oh, yeah.
With
and-
the wonky clips and
Oh
things?
yeah, because they sell like so all cars are they're all a little different, and so they sell like the same. They'll work on any car, but you've got to like break off a little clip for it to work on your. Well, you got to know which clip to do. I mean, it's fun. But if you do it all day, it's pretty easy. It's not that hard. Carson loves to do hers. It's her favorite thing.
Yep.
Hey, Patrick, how was your birthday? Did you have some Patrick Punch at your birthday party last weekend?
I did.
Do you remember
no,
your party?
Patrick Punch
at all?
is just Diet Mountain Dew and sugar-free Red Bull.
What's the other stuff called?
It's called gumbo juice. We did not make that.
You didn't.
We did not make gumbo juice. My
Is there
my
not
wife
enough
talked me out of
rum
it.
in the world for you?
It's just, you know,
Getting
there have been
more
times where we
responsible?
made so it makes like a 20-quart pot. We use a gumbo pot. That's why we call it gumbo juice. We use like a 20-quart or 24-quart pot, and we make so whatever that is. I don't know what's 24 quarts, like 6 gallons. So there have been times in the past where we made that and it was gone in 2 hours, and there have been times recently where we made it in like it was like 2.5 gallons left, and I'm like, I don't want to drink this tomorrow, and it costs so much money, and we weren't having that many people over, and so I was like,
And your
let's just-
grandma was there.
and my
wasn't she?
grandma was there, so I don't want her to accidentally drink. Oh, look, orange juice. No, grandma. You know, you don't want that to happen.
She'd been dancing.
How many people were there at your party?
How many? Oh, I'm looking at Carson like she was there to see if she could. I don't know.
Carson, you didn't
20?
go?
Oh,
No wonder
Carson
I didn't
went.
see
No.
you.
It's at Garth night.
Yes, it was
That
Garth.
didn't
wonder.
happen.
No wonder I didn't see Carson. Because I wasn't there
Because you
either.
weren't there.
No. My gosh, Bubba, I totally missed you.
Yeah, I was down the hall. Patrick was very drunk. He didn't remember me there.
Yeah.
Yeah, Carson was at the Garth Brooks concert that did not happen.
Yep. The Garth show that never was.
Wow.
I went into Nashville to go to the stadium to go see Chris Young, Emmylou Harris, and Trisha Yearwood. That's how I'll put it. I went to the Chris Young, Trisha Yearwood, Emmylou Harris concert that
That's
night.
pretty cool, actually.
Yeah,
It's not a
except-
bill you would normally get to see.
Yeah, except I was like walking during Chris Young's 2 songs, so I was
He only played 2 songs?
because he was part of the opener. It was the Grand Ole Opry, so he did 2
Oh,
songs.
Gotcha.
And I'm trying to find my seat, and I'm getting irritated because it's hot, and I'm trying to get to the floor, and so I'm listening to about 20% of Chris Young, and then I finally get to my seat and realize I can't see anything because I'm short. And it's Emmylou Harris, yay! Oh, that's some really big clouds headed our way. Here's Trisha Yearwood. Oh, we're about to die. Here comes the lightning.
Yeah, it was really bad.
I
Yeah.
do want to add this. I have a buddy of mine who was one of the medics working there, and he said at any given moment there were at least no less than 30 people being treated for heat exhaustion, exposure, that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So as I know it's kind of late in the season for outdoor festivals and stuff like that, but if you're going to one, maybe this weekend or in the future, please hydrate. It sounds crazy because I know a lot of people go, yeah, but beer's liquid. Yeah, it doesn't work that way. If you're gonna do that, especially for an all-day thing, do what I've always practiced, and that is alternating. So you go beer, water, beer, water, beer, water. First of all, then once you get your buzz, it stays better. It's good. You don't get stupid. You don't get sloppy, and you stay hydrated and you stay out of medical.
It's a good lesson because there are stadium shows going through November this year.
Yeah.
And while you can say, oh, it won't be as hot, people still going to be tailgating.
Yeah.
People still going to be
hot.
drinking.
And I was going to say people also breathing. So yeah, anytime you get a
Yeah.
bunch
say
of people together,
breathing?
yeah,
Oh, breathing.
people gonna be breathing.
I don't know what kind of shows you going to.
Listen, I've been to some shows.
That's what
Did
they
I
call
ever
the
tell you all
show.
I don't know if I've ever told this on the podcast. The most amazing thing I ever saw was in 2005. I was at the old Starwood Amphitheater outside of Nashville for Leonard Skinner and somebody else.
Charlie
I can't
Daniels.
remember. No, Charlie, it wasn't Charlie. It was a different show. It was Leonard
Was it
Skinner,
Bret
and I
Michaels?
think it was Brett Michaels
Yeah, he
opened
opened.
for him.
I was there.
So, I have never
y'all were family.
seen. So it's like any other amphitheater. If you've never been, it's one of these big outdoor amphitheaters where there's like 3,000 or 4,000 seats under the overhang, and then the big hill where everybody's just hanging out, sitting on the hill. And the hill's got like 12,000 people on it. And I was walking through that crowd, and I'd been to a lot of shows there. I'd never seen so many people passed out drunk. 9 o'clock at night, halfway through the show, people lying face down, passed out, completely out cold. And I kept thinking, oh my God, like by the time I'd seen the 10th or 11th one, I'm like, oh wow, how did they get these people out of here? Because it's a hill. Like somebody's going to have to carry them up this hill. And they were all just they start tailgating for that show in the afternoon, some of them in the morning, and they're drunk when it starts, and some of them don't make it to the end.
How do they get home? Like,
What they
do?
very recently, a guy I know, Lamar, was telling me that he used to work at Starwood, and I brought this story up, and he goes, "Oh, I remember that." And he said something like, "You know what we did? We just rounded them up, put them. You go by with like a golf cart, put them in the back, take them to the gate, and then the police take them from there."
Oh.
Yeah, if you pass out
Wow.
drunk in public, that's public intoxication. So then they paddy wagon them from there.
Did you say
like,
paddy wagon?
paddy wagon.
Paddy wagon.
Do they still call that a paddy wagon?
Some people do, yeah. I think that's
No, I didn't know if
probably
that
an
was still like the
offensive
terminology.
term.
I mean,
My bad. I'm
I
sorry.
don't think the
to my
Irish
Irish
care
people.
for it.
I'm sorry. They did used to call it that.
Oh, was that like a slang or
Yeah.
a slander?
Yes.
I think so.
Wait, what?
The paddy wagon was
Paddy wagon is
it's a
racist?
slur against Irish people.
Well,
'Cause
I am
they used to pick
offended.
'em up drunk.
I am
go.
offended. I'm Irish. I'm very upset with you. I can't believe I'm going to cancel you.
Regardless, that's how they got people out of the Leonard Skinner concert because they were wrong.
Wow.
I remember I'm like 25 years old walking around going, this is too drunk. These people are too drunk. And when Five Whiskey Patrick is saying you're too drunk, you are too drunk.
I don't want to say I passed out, but I was at a show. I was at Rocklahoma one year.
I love it. Rocklahoma.
And
you
I
got us
was-
at Rocklahoma.
I was backstage with a band.
Of course. you
Of course I was. And it was very, very warm because it's the middle of July in Oklahoma. There's no shade. It's just a straight fairgrounds and whatever. And I took a sip of whatever beer. I think it was beer. I don't think it was even liquor they were passing around. And apparently my body was like, girl, no, you have had enough. And I stood up against the wall and I just looked at them and I go, oh my God, guys, I gotta go. And I managed to find my way back to my car, and I went and slept in the backseat of my car for 2 hours listening to Poison on stage. Yeah, it was.
I've
it was
never seen
bad.
you drink. I don't think I think at one we did a dinner one time.
Yeah.
But I think I saw you drinking champagne or something like that, or like a wine or something. Maybe I might even be remembering that completely wrong. I don't know, but I don't think I've ever seen you drink.
Yeah, I had my lost days, my lost decade, and there was an intervention about my drinking. So yeah.
Wow, we were
Yeah,
learning
I was
some
I was
stuff.
at another festival, and
I'm enjoying this. Was it? Wait. If it wasn't Rocklahoma, was it like?
I don't think you'd guess that.
Rocklanoy, or
It was Forecastle.
Rocklevania. No.
What is it called?
Forecastle in
Okay.
Kentucky.
All right.
Man.
And Devo was there, so why wouldn't you go see Devo?
Devo?
Tell me they were the headliner.
Are you kidding me?
I went to go see Devo.
God, I'd get drunk too.
Wow.
I actually was like, I knew I was dating a guy who was a sponsor, and so he had all like the best tickets to stuff, and so I'd go meet him out at various festivals. And so we were in the bar after the show, and I had had a lot of vodka, and I went to go find the hotel bathroom, and somehow found myself in the sub basement of the bathroom of the hotel, and because I guess the sub basement, your phone doesn't work. So I'm trying to call somebody and my phone's not working. So finally I had to knock on the laundry door and be like, yeah. And God bless whoever it was finally figured out that I'm just trying to get back to the hotel bar, and they walked me back up.
Oh my gosh.
Wow.
Yeah.
So you couldn't even talk. You were just grunting at them like
it's
a
not,
walker.
I mean,
from...
it's like funny to say now, but really, like that's not a good headspace to be in. And I have alcoholic tendencies on both sides of my family. And there was a sit down discussion of, girl, you better get straightened up, because you're not going to find the kindness of strangers one of these nights.
I just can't believe you did all that to see Devo after you had just seen them at Rocklahoma, and
And you're already in the basement away from them. Why did you go back?
Hey, where we go?
oh, so good.
Yeah, yeah.
I tried to come up with more festival names for states, but that was all I had.
It's not easy to do.
It's not easy. It's really
You
not.
want to do Lala
I
something.
was like,
you're like,
Rock Levada, and
It
then
all
there was
happened right in the middle of Rocktober.
Lala,
Rock Dakota.
Rock Dakota. Why isn't that one?
that's
Tell
a
me
good
if
one.
that's not a festival. Somebody start that.
Hey, I wanted to bring up a thing for a lot of people who are listening to us around the country, and one of those is one of our affiliates in East Texas. And earlier on Monday, we weren't on the air, and so people were, obviously wanted to know what's up and
Concerned.
We told them, they let us go, and after 21 years of being on that station. And we went through a kind of a crazy week with trying to find another home. It's complicated. It's not you just think that everyone would just we had stations that were looking to flip formats. There's about to be a whole lot more country stations in that market, and we didn't have a home. Like, we didn't know where we're going to go, and it could have been like we were even talking. It may be a year before we ever get back, or longer, or never. And the reaction was very swift and crazy at times. People that when you mess up, they're people.
No one likes change, and especially when you change something that
no one asked for.
Yeah.
You changed. You did it, and you never even asked the consumer if that's what they wanted. And they
then
found
tried
out
to
that
tell
it
people
wasn't.
that they were going to like this better. Oh no, we know you like the thing you had, but you're going to like this better.
Big D actually said something. He said it was kind of like New Coke back in the day when Coke just up and changed the formula. And they still claim that they did not do that on purpose. But I will tell you, it was probably one of the best marketing things I ever did, because when they came back with classic Coke, they looked like heroes. And
I remember when I didn't drink Coke. I mean, I used to, and then I didn't. It's just what I do. But they changed the formula, and then I was all up in arms. Like, wait, there was a thing. I had a
4 years
nostalgic
old,
thing.
and I remember 4 years old. I remember people going to the store and buying every can of Coke they could because it was going to be gone.
Yep.
They weren't making it anymore. The guy who was a high school teacher in my hometown, who eventually became the mayor, had like his whole garage filled with Coke.
Yeah.
He bought every can and bottle he could.
I feel like that's my soulmate.
my
You
bud
would've liked
Eric
him.
Marchand, I remember his dad had a corner in their garage that was nothing but the Coke corner. It was crazy. Like, they were hoarding.
So anyway, a lot of people they don't like the new Coke, and so on the radio, and so there was a lot of stuff online text messages, phone calls.
I've never seen anything like. We have to mention
no.
that I have never
Yeah.
seen anything like that before. Look, we've lost stations before. We've been fired
And we've lost
before.
some
We've done
stations.
this. We've done that. I mean, you name it. We've done it all in our careers.
Yeah.
I have never seen that for anyone, and I'm not naming names or anything like that. But the biggest stars in radio I've seen taken off of stations with less fanfare.
Well, and
it was crazy.
We've lost some big stations in some very big markets where people went crazy. And we've seen this before, but I gotta say, well, because we've never been on a station that long.
That's one
21
thing.
years.
It was a
It was the
longevity thing.
longest.
I was 4 years old when we started on there.
I was kind of I was disappointed because we were on just long enough to where we could start to drink, and then they
know.
pulled us off.
Not quite. I think actually it was like a month away
Oh,
from where we could drink.
Of course.
You know,
They just one more last jab at us.
I haven't been carded in a while, so it doesn't matter.
But our week has been filled with trying to respond to as many people as we could. There's thousands. It's hard to, and also interviews, television stations wanting to do stuff, newspapers, and blogs and all that kind of podcasts. We've been doing all that, and happy to say that what'd you call us, Wednesday? When'd you send us?
it was Wednesday afternoon when they first reached out. The contract got signed yesterday, really late, and this morning it was announced.
Yeah, so we'll be in Tyler, Longview, Texas, on 104.1, the Ranch, 104.1. Oh my God! I literally just got a text message. I'm sitting here looking at they still pop up on my desktop here.
Oh yeah.
Very disappointed in the radio station.
So yeah, it's going to take a while for people to realize. I mean, there's people who don't even, people are on vacation. School hasn't started there yet. It's going to be a while before
I will
things get normal.
say this for the future, though, for anybody who enjoys the show. A couple things real quick. If you enjoy the show and somehow, some way we lose our station that you can hear us on, be relentless. Be out there like these people did. I mean, I have never seen people go to bat and go to battle for us like happened this time.
Well, the thing is that
I have seen it, but on a smaller scale.
Yeah.
And the thing is that the other station was saying that was us. Dude, if you thought that we could do that,
we're in the wrong business.
That's all we would be doing.
Yeah.
I did was respond to messages all day, Monday and Tuesday.
No.
But that's how many messages I got.
No.
And
Let
I mean,
them
I
know,
spent.
hey, this is what's going on.
I probably
and it's up to
spent
them after that.
20 hours this week just replying to people's social
I just think
media
people.
messages.
I think a lot. If you're not used to getting reaction, and then someone that you don't think gets reaction does get reaction, you want to blame that person. I'm like, no, it's we've been on the air for 21 years.
Yeah.
You just took away people's.
You just took
their
away
generations.
Our cousins,
generations would listen. Like I grew up with my mom and dad to you guys going to school, and now I'm doing the same for my child.
Yeah.
That's
well. What was it?
That's crazy.
I want to say her name was Beth or Brittany. I forget.
Brittany.
It was Brittany
crying.
Yeah, she was very upset whenever they had taken us off because she was like, "Look, I used to listen to you guys every day when I was a little kid, driving in the car with my dad, going to school. My dad is no longer with me. However, I keep the tradition up with my daughter, and I listen to you guys with her." Every day going to school. I mean, that's generational.
Mm-hmm.
That's so cool. And she was so upset. And we're like, look, we're going to do everything in our power to find a new home. And, who knew that people were far more powerful than we were.
It worked. Everything you guys did, if you're listening to this out there, it worked. And
if you love something, whether it's a radio show or Twinkies, remember back in the day when they took the Twinkies away?
Twinkies.
If you love something and you want it back, Taco Bell, bring back the Mexican pizza.
Oh my God!
Please
what the heck?
bring back the Mexican pizza.
I'm with him.
Yeah.
Why we not have the Mexican and those little
you know
twisty
why?
things?
Because you forgot you loved the Mexican pizza.
I
didn't
don't forget.
in a while.
I didn't forget.
Until they took it away, and then I was like, dude.
It's funny because I went to Taco Bell the other night for the first time since they took away the Mexican pizza because my son wanted Taco Bell. I said, sure. I wasn't going to get anything.
Under protest.
Under protest. Still, I'm like, so we pull up to the thing. They do this. They go,
Hi, welcome to Taco Bell. Can I take your order?
yeah, do you guys have the Mexican pizza?
No, we don't.
okay, Frank, what do you want? And so he gave me his order.
Yes,
and that was
Bubba
it.
lodging his protest to the lady at the Taco Bell by his
No,
house.
I just
That's
asked the question.
With
That's
her
all I did.
With her neck and face tattoo. And
Well, so like,
Who's been there 2 months and doesn't know what a Mexican pizza is?
She doesn't
there
even
is
know.
more to
She
this
wasn't there.
story, is what I was going to
got a
say.
bag of meth in her back pocket.
There was only two people. There was only like 2 people working that night because they're so shorthanded. The line was insane. They were having to bring it out personally because they couldn't handle the volume.
Right.
And I just want to say this. Even with my frustration over the Mexican pizza still not being around, I was very thankful that they were there working hard and busting their butts. Because you know what? A lot of people would rather just not work and sit on the sidelines. And so I just wanted to show some appreciation.
But you still had to get your dig in about the pizza.
I did.
You still had
Right.
to open the conversation.
Taco Bell, please bring it back.
Still salty, man.
Yeah. Listen,
my
Bubba
favorite-
is not happy about that.
I went to Taco Bell one time. I like their their taco sauce or whatever.
You can buy that at the grocery store.
I know you can now.
Yep.
I told the lady, I said, she goes, "You want some sauce?" I said, "Yeah." She goes, "How much?" I go, "Give me as much as you can without getting fired." she looks around like, I don't know, like someone's watching her, and she goes, "I got you, boo."
Boo. Yes.
She just dumped it like the whole box.
Oh, but they had to get a new shipment because I used up all their sauce. I got a whole thing of it.
And do we all have those drawers at home that are nothing but taco
Bell
sauces?
sauce and twisty
A friend of
things
mine,
for
every
bread.
time we go get Mexican food, sneaks in the packets of Taco Bell sauce
Really?
to put on his tacos.
See, and that's the weird thing is I don't like the Taco Bell sauce. I put
I love it.
Tabasco on Taco Bell. And it's way better. And I got into that habit because when I lived in Guam, that's what they had. They had those little mini bottles of Tabasco on all the tables. So it kind of broke me way back when, and I still keep that going. The Taco Bell sauce to me is too sweet. I know everybody's got their own little things.
I don't eat it. All I know is that one day we were going to go get Mexican, and so we had to stop at the grocery store beforehand
Taco Bell's not Mexican.
to go get his Taco Bell sauce. And they didn't have the bottles of it, so he had to buy the Taco Bell meal kit because it came with like a jumbo bag of it. And then I go, well, how are we going to open it in the restaurant? I don't have scissors with me. And he had nail clippers. And he like clipped the,
gosh.
yeah.
All I know is after we done protesting the Mexican pizza being gone, we need to go to McDonald's and try to get back to Arch Deluxe.
And you
okay?
know what? Make 'em
and
bring
the
back the
McGLT.
Arch Deluxe.
The
What's
Arch
that?
Deluxe was the thing. At
How about the
McDonald's. It was like-
McPizza?
they had them. I don't even
remember
remember
McPizza.
that.
That might have been regional, but we used to have pizza in Connecticut when I was a kid.
What?
Yeah.
Y'all remember when Wendy's had a salad bar?
The,
Remember
they had the super bar.
Super
They
bar.
don't do
you get
that
a baked
anymore?
potato at
No,
Wendy's.
you could get
And go
pasta
put-
at Wendy's. You get a baked
Oh,
potato. You
man.
got the salad
A
bar.
baked potato, put some cheese on it,
Yeah.
and you eat the cheese off, and then you go
And
back
they
and
had
put
the
some more
Mexican
cheese.
section. You could make your own tacos at Wendy's.
I just want to say, in defense of Taco Bell and the Tabasco sauce, if you put Tabasco sauce on it, it tastes fancier. Just throwing it out there.
Okay.
It needed to be said.
Glad you brought it back to that.
Hey, well, there we go.
yeah.
So anyway, but thank you for everyone who did reach out to us, and your voice was heard, and we did find a new home, and they actually like us, so that's good. You always want to go where you wanted, man. That's a good life lesson. Wherever you are and whatever you're doing, go where people want you. And if someone doesn't want you, you know what? Hey, whatever, it's fine. They don't. People have a choice, and they have it. You have a choice, and so that's what happened. And then they got mad that people had a choice. They fired us, and then got mad that we told people they fired
They
us.
didn't fire us. They just canceled our contract and employment agreement. But that's not being
Did I
fired.
miss something? Did we go through with that we didn't get fired?
No, he just said that.
I just said they fired us, and then they got mad that we told people they
No,
fired us.
dummy. They stopped paying you and stopped putting you on the air.
I
They
guess,
didn't fire
man.
you.
Listen, man, it's crazy. Like, yeah, we're syndicated. We're on 93 something stations. Okay, I get it, but they pay, and so when we lose one, we don't get paid. It's
Just like
fired.
everybody.
And
It
that's
like you had
still
two
getting
jobs.
fired. If you're
Still getting fired.
If you are a salesperson and you have or in a business, you have a bunch of clients, and then one of those clients stops using you, you got fired off that account. You got fired. Like this is not even.
honey, it's-
we're nitpicking over a
It's
colloquial
not even.
thing.
It's not even nitpicking. That's wrong.
It's wrong.
It's
Yeah.
not even nitpicking. That's wrong. It's
I went
dumb.
back
It's a
and
dumb
looked
argument.
at the email that they didn't send to us because no one has contacted us.
Still.
especially the two of you. No one's contacted either of you at all. But their corporate office sent to our partners, our syndication partners, and it said we are canceling the Big D and Bubba show.
Hey, and that's
So,
fine.
okay, so
Call
canceling
it what
is
it is.
not okay. Fine,
Just call it.
I'll just call it that now. You canceled us.
Yeah,
You fired us.
So anyway,
Well, either way, look, we could sit
as it
here and
is.
be negative or angry or whatever, or we could just once again and that's the thing I was going to say. We're not those guys who sit there and dwell on the negatives. And again, I saw
I've been excited all day. You got
All
me
day.
juiced with the whole
Monday and Tuesday. You were a different person.
you were bummed out, man.
I wasn't.
You
what?
were very
No,
sad.
I wasn't sad.
I was
I was
sad.
fired up.
You was fired up.
I
I
was
was sad.
getting all those messages from people.
I just hate it, man. It's just because it's what people, whatever. So it is what it is. So
I was going to just say, for our radio brothers and sisters who are listening right now or watching on YouTube or whatever you may be doing, however you're taking this in, understand radio is powerful. Radio is still an incredible and a moving medium. You know, there is still influence.
There is an emotional connection.
Yeah, quit treating radio like a jukebox and get back to what's important and connect with your audience. And I'll tell you, if we had not connected with ours, we wouldn't be back on the new station start Monday. So again,
yeah, if you're going to get on the air and you're going to talk about, you're going to say that was, this was, here is, and and you tease the weather, dude. It's whenever you go, no one there's no nothing there. You're
have fun, have a good
And
time,
be
give
you.
people a reason to
Be
to
yourself,
listen and be yourself.
Hey, well, there we go.
Who do you got on the show that you got for us, Bubba?
Like I said earlier, for those listening on the stream, Travis Denning, and a little surprise appearance by Kip Moore. Travis didn't know that was about to happen. Kip put him through the ringer. And there's actually a video that's floating around out there that Travis put out where Kip and Travis were in the gym, and Kip works out a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Travis was not working out, and that was like his first or second workout.
Easy, Carson. Golly.
No, I'm saying Travis was
It's
not
the only
working
thing that
out.
keeps me motivated during
No,
my
just
workout.
Carson's just went.
she's
I saw her.
Carson
She
goes
went-
to the same gym as Kip Moore, and she.
Yeah, the days that he comes in, I'm like, well, we're gonna be on the Stairmaster for a while. I don't leave till Kip
Okay,
leaves.
so if you've been on the Stairmaster for like 15 minutes, how much do you usually do?
About an hour.
Okay, so you've been on the Stairmaster for 45 minutes. Kip Moore walks in.
Yep.
You're supposed to get off the Stairmaster in 15 minutes. Do you do more time? Because
Absolutely. If my vantage point is that I can watch Kip work out because that man is negative body fat, and it is an inspiration and easy on the eyes. And
It's an inspiration.
There isn't a chick.
I'm trying not to be
Inspiration.
creepy.
There is not
Let's
a
be
woman
honest.
in this world hot enough to make me do extra time on the Stairmaster. Like, there's
Let
just
me
not.
tell you,
when I'm done, I'm
Every
done.
girl in my gym, because I am probably the oldest chick at the gym, and I'm also the fattest. And so there's all these little skinny 22-year-olds.
And that's why they're there, huh?
They,
They-
they
oh, yeah.
see the truck pull up, and amazingly, they all have something to do with the front door. Because then they'll stand there with that one hip popped, and they're arching their back, and their ponytail is swinging. And he walks in, they're like, "Hey, hi, Kip." Or then okay, say something fun. And like they're trying to attract, and he just like beelines for his machines.
Oh, yeah, he
man.
Wait, they fake
God.
saying
Oh
something
my
funny
gosh,
and
yes,
laugh?
that is
God.
a girl thing, bro.
And
Yeah.
he has, I guarantee, I've seen it. with
Pretend
Kip.
we're talking. Pretend.
Firsthand,
funny.
He has blinders on, man. He's not. He doesn't. He's not there for that. He's
No.
not in the gym.
Tell us your
to flirt.
Kip. Tell us your Kip. Was it Jamaica story?
Oh man, Kip in Jamaica. I feel like I've told this story many, many times, but you know that
Was
the
this
thing.
at the
So
Rock
we're
Maka
in the-
Fest?
It was Rock Maka. Yes, that's what it was. Rock Maka. No, we're down there, and there's all these people at this festival, and all of a sudden, everybody was in the pool, and I was in the hot tub by myself. It was a big hot tub. It was like-
Shirt on.
No, of course. Yes, of course. I have my shirt on. I never go in without my
Okay,
shirt.
good. All right.
I'm sitting in this big, giant, like triple size hot tub. I'm the only one in there. All the girls are in the pool. No big deal. I'm just by myself, chilling,
Yeah.
drinking a little bit.
Are you drunk?
I may have already been drinking a little bit.
Okay.
Kip comes over, sits down across from me, and we're just shooting a breeze. It's just the two of us. There's no one else around.
Yep. Both
And
of
I'm like,
y'all. He's in there.
Yeah.
Or he's
yeah.
okay.
Well,
yeah.
I
Is
think
he
might have
in,
been
or is it
sitting,
just like
no,
his
he's
legs?
sitting with his legs in,
Okay.
and he's
Yeah.
kind of waiting, getting in.
You didn't mention his shirt was off?
Oh, his shirt was off. Yeah,
Yeah.
of course it was.
Okay.
And then all of the one by one, they started to notice. Kip is in the hot tub and his shirt is off. They all start just coming over. It went like this. There was one girl, then there were 3 girls, then there were 15 girls. It was like, I don't know. And I mean, we were in that hot tub for like 30 minutes before anybody noticed. And then all of a sudden, when they noticed, they were all there. And
so weird, man.
nobody was talking to me except Kip. Kip didn't break his concentration on talking to me, and they kept trying to
Oh,
sound
no.
like one girl was literally basically sitting on his lap, and he just kept scooting to the side.
What?
Oh yeah,
That's a superpower.
it is.
Can you imagine that life? I mean, I can't.
I can't.
I don't know what it's
really
like to be
can't.
hot.
You see it. You actually don't have to imagine it. You see it when you're
yeah.
at the gym. You see it in
I
action.
do. Between
If I
him and
woke up
Brett Eldridge,
tomorrow-
all the single girls.
Oh, if I woke up tomorrow and I was that hot, I would be a bad person. I wouldn't know how to handle it. I'm just telling you right now. I would not know what to do with that.
I'm sure
He
early
can
on,
handle it. No, because he's adapted to it his
over
whole
the
life.
time. Yeah, right.
I would not know how to handle that kind of attention. He probably doesn't notice it most of the time.
No, he's the nicest guy too. Like, 'cause
Oh, no,
I
I
have
freaking
walked
love
out,
Kip
I've
Moore.
passed him, and he doesn't know who I am. I've got my face is all red. I'm dying because I tried to run or something, and he'll be like, "Hey, how you doing?" I'm like, "Bleh." Like trying not to vomit on you, sir. How are you?
I'm fine.
How you doing? Well, I did an
I'm
extra
good.
30 minutes on the Stairmaster because
Yeah.
you walked in late. Thanks for timing it, Kip.
Well, you're looking great. Oh, well, thank you so much.
on early South Park. Remember was it Kyle would always throw up?
Stan.
whenever-
Stan,
Oh,
every time his
Stan, yes.
girlfriend,
Every time Wendy Testerberger came over,
I watch those videos on live, like this chick, she like has that weird thing where she can't watch people do that or hear it, and like her husband will film it. They're at a wedding, and walks up. He's like, "Hey, baby." She's like, "Hey," and he goes, "Man, I don't." She goes, not here. I don't." She goes, "We're at a wedding." He goes, "I'm just saying," and he goes. She says, "Don't."
Does it
Don't
make
do
her
what?
throw up?
Oh, he goes, "Don't do do what?" And she says, "Honey," and she has to get up and walk away. And all you hear of the camera is her going,
Just dry heaving.
just dry heaving all the way through it. What a terrible weakness to have. It's like there's someone to come up and just do that to you, and you can't stop yourself.
I had a moment one time in my life where I dry heaved for hours, and it was because of you. And you remember, we're not going to go there, but it was
my
one of the
God.
it was
Yeah, I
one
don't
of
wanna
the
hear this
funniest
story.
and worst things ever, because I literally it was Big D would just say something and I would be triggered. I was like,
Look at that pride on his face.
I
Look
know,
at it.
he's
He's
so-
still proud of himself.
Man, I'm a man. I'm an onion, giant onion.
Speaking of onions, have you done it yet? The onion volcano.
Maybe I'll do it this weekend. I don't know.
Big D got a griddle,
I gotta tell you, man,
and he got it all put together.
That thing wore me out.
What do you mean?
Well, first off, it takes you got to prep everything. So you got to get everything. Like, so you go to Hibachi Grill, and they like have someone bring out a little cart, and stuff's already in bowls. Mm-hmm. That's what you have to do because it's cooking, and you can't like let it go and walk inside. So you got to prep everything, bring it outside, oil stuff down, have one area hotter than another, and then you start cooking. It takes time to cook. And then you got to then you have different meats that take different times to cook. So you got to think, okay, let's see, this is salmon, so it's going to take this one. Okay, this is beef. Okay, this is shrimp. So you got to figure
You
all
have
that
to know
stuff out.
where it's going to go.
You got to know where it's going to go, how long it's got to go. You got to keep moving stuff around. Your hands get tired with those big giant spatulas, and it comes out great. But dude, I sweated my boobs off. I was wiped. I was exhausted doing all this. And then you got to clean the thing. I'm sitting there eating at the table. It looks like I just got out of a pool and like just dripped in sweat.
And your kid's like, "It's good, Dad.
Yeah, it's all right.
How do you like it?"
Where'd you buy this?
Okay.
I'm like, yeah, oh my God. Carson, we were sitting at the table and the other day and other night, and Gunner's talking to Zach, and he goes, Zach, you know what I mean? The G's rolling up silently into the lasagna, or something like that, and we're like, the whole table stops and says, "What did you just say?" He says, "You don't know that's from?" I'm like, "No." He goes, "It's from what's Patrick's guy's?" He was on the phone. What's the guy's name he likes? Yeezy.
no
What's the
idea.
guy's name?
G-Eazy?
No.
You talking about Lil Wayne?
Lil Wayne.
Oh.
Yeah, apparently it's a Lil Wayne lyric. And I was like, dude, what are you doing? He goes, why would you think that your brother knows that? Why would you think any of us know that? He goes, I don't know. It's kind of a, hey, Patrick, Gunner said, G's silently moving up through the lasagna. So this a Yeezy, a little Wayne.
That's not Yeezy and Lil Wayne are not the same.
Oh, I don't know.
Okay, wait. Wheezy is Lil Wayne, Bubba.
That's what I thought.
Oh, he said Yeezy.
But
No,
Yeezy is
I'm
different.
Close.
He was close. He meant Lil Wheezy, Lil Tunchi, Lil Wheezy F.
So you ever heard that?
No, I've never heard the
Something
G's
about a
moving up
G
in the-
moving quietly through the lasagna, into the lasagna.
Apparently it is 6 foot, 7 foot.
What's
Lil
the
Wayne,
line? Did you pull
right?
I'm trying to pull up lyrics.
get to the lyric? Just look for lasagna.
I literally Googled Lil Wayne lasagna.
I told Gunner, I said, listen, I grew up on
If
Beastie
I'm Lil
Boys.
Wayne, I want that in a store.
Grew up on Beastie Boys, and hey, and Run DMC, great stuff. But man, you're putting lasagna in your rap. That's garbage.
Real
you.
G's move in silence like lasagna. People say I'm borderline crazy, sorta, kinda.
Listen.
That's the rhyme.
No,
That is
no.
what we're
That's
writing.
garbage.
Do not front about Lil Wayne.
That is absolute
Did you
trash.
just
Also-
tell me not to front?
Do not start bringing hate on Lil Wayne.
And also the same
My
thing.
South
Pasta
Louisiana will-
and rap actually go well together. Mom's spaghetti.
Yeah, I'm gonna step my Louisiana
he's a
up
Sa-
in
oh,
here.
he's a Louisiana
That's
guy?
my boy, Louisi. If you ever hear this, Louisi, I want you to know I got your back.
Have
I
you ever
love
been
you.
to a concert?
I had tickets to a show and it got canceled. It was going to be the great. No, wait, listen
Can't
to this.
imagine why.
It was going to be the greatest concert weekend anyone has ever had. Are you saying because I was going?
No, because it's terrible.
No, he's awesome. What are you talking about? No, I had tickets.
Well, this
to
is where the
three-
concert is. Just look at the tape. here.
Three shows.
Police tape. This must be a
3 shows in 3 days. I went with my dad to see Rush, okay, on Friday night, the rock band. On Saturday, I was supposed to see Lil Wayne, and on Sunday, it was Blake and Miranda at Bayou Country Superfest.
You are so weird.
It would have been, I mean, here's classic rock, here's Lil Wayne, here's Blake and Miranda. It was going to be the best concert weekend ever.
I
and
feel
Lil
like
Wayne
by
canceled.
Lil Wayne canceling, you ended up with the best concert weekend ever.
Yeah.
Man, y'all don't.
You missed that
I
lasagna
am not a
song.
See, I
human
like Lil
being.
Wayne.
Part 2 is the greatest rap album of all time.
You don't like Lil
Of all
Wayne because
time.
y'all didn't know the lasagna lyrics.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I'm
and
calling
he didn't even
your-
know. I said Yeezy,
I don't know
Leezy,
that.
I
Weezy.
said I
and it
like.
was close.
I don't know lyrics to anything. I don't
Isn't
know lyrics
Weezy
to
from,
country songs. It's the weirdest thing.
Yes, that's Wheezy. That's not the same Wheezy. What are you doing, man?
I don't know. Everything comes from somewhere.
Tunchi. That's it. That's all I got.
Wheezy.
Yeah, Weezy. I wasn't allowed to watch that show either.
You weren't watching the Jeffersons when you were a
What?
kid?
Are you kidding me?
Man, after school every day, I would sit down. It was all the old TV shows would play. I think it was TBS would play them
Oh,
all.
yeah.
Like I'd come
Gilligan's
home and
Island and the Brady
I can
Bunch.
watch
I
that.
watch
I
all
can
that
watch
stuff.
Gomer
those.
Pyle before school.
I pretty much could watch anything. If it came on after like 7 o'clock on the networks, nope, I couldn't do it. Soap,
I know
Fantasy
you couldn't
Island.
watch Golden Girls. I know you couldn't watch.
That was a little. I was.
you
were
were
Blanche?
you would have been a teenager.
What time did it come out?
I don't know, mid
84.
80s. Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't care about.
It was
didn't care
also
about that.
Saturday
No, it's just
nights.
funny because my wife was telling me the other day. I said something about the Golden Girls, and my wife goes, "I wasn't allowed to watch that." I'm like,
Dude, I bet
really?
I should
What
talk to
kind
her.
of-
I bet we
Oh,
have.
dude, my wife's dad worked for Focus on the Family.
I see.
They were,
My dad wanted to.
yeah.
Well, it's basically the same,
Same
household.
thing, man. It was different world. She was
Oh,
watching
God.
Did you watch
Davey
Different
and
World?
Goliath, and I watched
A Different
Me
World?
too.
Yes, I always wanted those glasses with the shades that popped. I still need. Some
I
of
get
those.
confused between Dwayne Wayne and Dwayne Wade. Because then they're
Okay.
like the basketball player, and I always
Yes.
want to call him
Yeah.
Dwayne Wayne. Because
But he's not Dwayne Wayne.
No, but he should be because that's a better
he should
name.
be. You should have changed your name.
I
How
wonder if
stupid
his
of
mama
you.
named him Dwayne to
Right?
go
Because
with
he's
the
young
Wade.
enough,
Yeah.
so I think
Yeah,
he is.
maybe.
Actually, I don't know. I just know that he's not He's not the kid with the glasses. So I was getting confused.
No.
Is Lil Wayne? Did he get into the Rap Hall of Fame with that line?
Is there
Not
a
with
rap
that one.
Hall of
There's
Fame?
better lines, but I can't
secretly
say
moving
any
into
of
the
them.
Is he in the
lasagna.
Rap Hall of Fame?
You mean the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame?
No,
'Cause
he
they
said
keep
rap.
Putting, yeah, but they keep putting rappers in the Rock and Roll Hall
Wait,
of Fame.
Yeah,
what?
they do. Yes, they do.
Oh,
They do
yeah.
it all the
There's
time.
rappers
Well,
in
I
the
think Run
yeah.
DMC is in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
Biggie.
Yeah, that's
Biggie?
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
you
my
guys are being, just weird and snobs. Rock and roll doesn't just mean something with guitars.
Okay, yeah, it does.
I mean, yeah, it
Yes,
does.
it
Rock and
actually.
roll
That's
is
why
really-
Alan Freed named it what he did.
Yeah.
Rock and
Okay.
roll is really just pop music.
Okay.
That's what.
No,
But you know what we don't have in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame? We don't have country
No.
artists because they have a country music Hall of Fame. So, like, even with crossover hits,
Well, country isn't pop music.
arguably,
I know what you
but
want it
it's
to be
popular music.
You want it to
You
be the
literally-
hard. You want it to be the hard rock and roll
No,
Hall of
you
Fame.
can
You want it
put-
to be only people
You
who
put REO Speedwagon in.
Yeah, you can
I'm
put
fine.
the Jets in there. I don't care.
the Jets. Really?
Sure.
Are they in?
Because no, who was going to put the Jets in the Rock and Roll?
Make It Real was a jam.
Oh my gosh! Like, yeah. Next thing you have Pebbles and Jody Watley
Riding my Mercedes, boy.
jam.
Who's that from? Is that them?
That was Pebbles.
I always thought that was Peebles. Of course, I'm from Cookville, and we don't do all that.
Bless you.
God bless you.
Excuse me.
All right, anything else, guys?
No,
there we go.
I was just going to quote
That's
some
it.
Lil Wayne. I was just going to quote, all rats gotta die, even Master Splinter. You know,
That's
I don't
really
know.
good.
That's a good one. It is.
Isn't
a
that
good
from
one. It is a
Teenage
good one 'cause
Mutant
it's-
Ninja Turtles?
Yes.
Yes, it is.
Yes.
I mean, I'm sorry. If you're going to do a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles rap, I don't know why you're not quoting Vanilla Ice.
Because that was a terrible song.
So, and
That
better
was-
than-
There are literally no
Terrible.
other sentences in this song
Yeah,
That you
that
can
I
read.
can read entirely.
that's good. I'm glad my son's listening to that. That's great.
Tell him to switch to I'm Not a Human Being Part 2. It's the best record. It's my favorite.
Text that to me, and I'll read it to him.
Tell him to listen to Rush.
Thank you, O'Reilly. O'Reilly Auto Parts for sponsoring the studio, sponsoring the podcast. We love you guys. Big shout out to y'all. As always, O'Reilly Auto Parts, better prices every day. Travis Denning, for those of you who are not watching on YouTube, Travis Denning interview is coming up right after this, along with a little bit of Kip Moore as well.
Hey, there we go.
There will be no Van Morrison, and we're going to move on. But thank you again for everybody who came to bat for us this week. You are awesome. We love the 17.
This was the podcast, but now it's over. But that's okay, because you can listen to the regular show on the radio every day. It was the podcast.
Hey, there we